Tyler Herro has had a pretty interesting week and a half. He's averaging 25 points a game over his last 6 games. Uh, but it's more about how he's getting the 25 points a game. He's doing things inside the arc that we just haven't seen him do up to this point. And it's kind of the next evolution in him growing his offensive game in the half court. So I just want to go through a couple things from the 76ers game that stuck out. The first one isn't really half court, but I do want to show uh, the difference in different players on this team playing in transition, because it looks like specifically Bam, Tyler, and all these other guys look much more comfortable in transition. Here, Tyler gets in, he's running down the floor, making everybody run back. But as you're going to see right here, there's a nice cross combo. He's going to go right into, as I go back one more time, the contact he takes. Like, this is different. This is a difference. He's getting to a line much higher in this past week and a half. But him embracing his contact, using his shoulders, getting to the chest of these defenders when he's rolling downhill, this stuff's important right here. Just getting up, taking the contact, doesn't get the foul, but he gets a nice contact finish. That stuff is just really important for his development, getting downhill at that first level. The next one, I'm going to show this one in full first, because this is probably one of the highlights of this game for him, or specifically for me watching the stuff inside the arc, the things he was getting to. Just watching this play in full, you see a normal pick and roll, empty corner. He's going to get to the ball, go for the floater, and kind of looks like he's going to throw the lob. But as you're going back through it again, there's two elements to this. For one, once he gets by this screen, you're going to see him throw like a little pump fake, acting like he's going into that floater or lob. And it's something he did a lot, maybe early in the season, last season, his rookie year, was these far floaters. And he wasn't really drawing in closer to the rim. He wasn't given the opportunity for a lob just because he's doing it so far out. That stuff's crucial. So he denied that right there. Now he gets into the second one. It looks like now he freezes Millsap. Now he's going to go for a lob, because now Millsap's stepping back. He looks like he's going to do that. Then midair just goes for the floater. That's the most important thing. Like, we're going to talk about Tyler Herro's floater a lot, because that's kind of becoming a staple of his offense lately. But as I asked him a couple of games ago, like, how has he adjusted to the lob pass floater connection? Because we've seen a guy on the other side in Philadelphia, James Harden, pretty much mastered it. Guys like Trae Young. When you can disguise your floater and lob pass, when that one drop defender can't pick what is what, that's when you're kind of at your best in a pick and roll. And that's kind of when you're hitting your peak and your peak strides, I guess, in your young career, when you're able to do that. The next one, you're going to see another pick and roll. He's going to reject the screen. The thing is about that is he's looking at the second defender. He's looking at who's guarding the screener. As I go back one more time, he's looking at Thibault. He's hedging out, looking for Tyler, waiting for the switch. He rejects the screen, gets by both of them. Now it's all on Joel to help. He's not there. Tyler with a nice little layup. Just seeing these reads he's making is just really impressive. Another one is we saw a lot of isolations with him in this one that I don't think we saw as many in the past, because obviously it's not really his biggest strength right here. Korkmaz, we saw this a couple times. He's able to get past them. They were obviously in the zone a ton in this game. These were one of the possessions. I don't think they were really in this zone, but he goes over the top of the help defender at the nail, rolls across his body, a floater. By the way, another thing that Bam and Tyler have kind of connected on, I wonder if it's probably something he'd have focused on, is these cross-body floaters, one-hand pushes across the lane, because it's something that both of them are good at, and it's something both of them rely on heavily, because they're two guys that rise up over the top of defenders in two totally different ways, but they do it. It's just an interesting shot, because both of them have been effective with it lately. Another one, we see a post split with Jimmy. Kind of a weird post split, because you see at the bottom, you have Gabe, you have PJ, you have Bam, who are just stagnant, not really moving. That if this play wasn't there for Tyler, this possession may have been a pretty empty possession. Right here, though, he's looking. Tyler's going to end around the perimeter. Actually, he's kind of predicting that he's going to edge all the way around, potentially for a handoff in that baseline corner. Quick cut, back door. He gets to it. Once again, gets to the floater. You could do a quick floater right over any type of big that's sitting there, because it's just an unblockable shot. If he has that mastered, that's a difference maker. Speaking of the 2-3 zone, Bam was kind of looked at to kind of break it in the middle of the zone. He wasn't really taking that shot or getting to it. Jimmy got a couple reps inside that middle of that zone. He wasn't really breaking it either. The only guy that could break this zone was Tyler Herro, and I think that's another adjustment period. Like right here, we just saw him continue to break down the front two defenders, get into that floater. But right here is how he could shift the whole 2-3 zone. This is what's impressive. He throws a cross court to Tyler. Now the momentum shifting, obviously, to his right. He's going to go left. Now look at the two defenders up there. He's by both of them. Now it's basically advantage them. He gets that floater again, but it's more about the ability to have an advantage on that backside and get to maybe a 4-on-3 or whatever it is on that backside. So as I go forward right here, this is just an incredible type of performance by Tyler. Just the ability to get to the floater is obviously the highlight, but it's more about his development inside the arc. If he can get to this level inside the arc, we know he has the mid-range pull-up. We know he has the 3 when it's there. This development is kind of the biggest development in Tyler Herro's young career to kind of get that serious 3-level scorer label.